Yeah, so here we go again. Anyway, it's kind of funny. After I fed in 500 new baccarat shoes, random baccarat shoes from the Wizard of Oz, not new to him, but new to me because I've never looked at his enormous number of 250,000 shoes, I think it is totally, that he puts up to say, this will destroy any strategy, and you need to, if you've come across a strategy, then test it against these shoes, and you'll see that it's a total rip-off, waste of time, etc. So anyway, 500 shoes and pattern betting pissed all over them, and I thought, oh, that's great. Now I don't need to do any more of those online, real-time, blah blah blah, whatever. And then I thought, oh, okay, wait a minute, I like doing that. And then number two, of course, is that yes, the wizard data sets are fascinating and completely random, and I have absolutely no connection or control or whatever, you know, but this is more interesting for me anyway. So, what can I tell you? Anyway, off we go again. Plus one, 51. Repeat that one. 1, 2. Thank you, player. Minimum. Plus one. I can't overstate how important it is to always go back to the minimum. I mean, it's absolutely vital. You've got to have distinct lines between each one of your skirmishes or battles or sequences or sessions or whatever you want to call them. You need to make sure that. What happened there? Oh, lost the 100. Okay, I think I have to repeat that one. Now it's 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, third. Player does it again for us. Yeah, it's funny, when you look at, the Wizards stuff, and I've got 2,000 other of his shoes that have been modelled already and in the archive, and I kicked ass with those too. 1,006 deck shoes and 1,008 deck shoes, and that was like, I don't know, 20 odd years ago. But I thought, okay, well, let's have a look at this other lot, which is certainly, I mean, they've been online for quite a number of years, but they're more recent than the ones that I challenged and beat. However long ago it was. I mean, everything is going back into the dim mists of time, when dinosaurs, etc. But anyway, it was great. I just loved it. But what it did was confirm what we all know. Anybody who's been studying these games knows there is a rhythm. There's a kind of a pattern. There's a sort of a kind of dynamic which can be exploited successfully, and that's what pattern betting is all about. And it just reminded me that years ago, when I first started out with the blog, which has been up 16, is it 16 years? I think it's 16 years this month. I wanted to call target betting pattern betting, but couldn't because there was a guy named Jerry Patterson who was selling a strategy which was worthless, but which he called pattern betting, and I think it was kind of like a play on his name. I think his name was Patterson. I'm pretty sure that's where the pattern betting thing came. Anyway, he's disappeared. Perhaps he's made his fortune from selling this strategy and moved on to other things because there's no sign of it anywhere now. So I could use pattern betting again, but before I just settled on calling the blog target betting, etc. I wanted to call this the rhythm method because that's really the engine, that's the driver. It's patterns, yes, but rhythm had a nice kind of appeal because there's sort of a musical quality and a romantic quality. But then, of course, I remembered that would cause offence to some people, so it didn't happen. Isn't that a fascinating story? Didn't you absolutely hang on every word there? No, I thought you did. Okay, that looks like 3, 2 and hopping. P1, P2, 3, 2, 1-3 to catch the commission. There we go. Minimum on the bank. Double for the loss. Double for the tie. Double again for the tie. All right, so that's a lot. That's like 3-5 now. Third bet on the bank. Oh, well done, banker. Good chap. Double for the loss. Repeat. 51. Uh, 2-4. 6-4 hopping. Oh, there we go. B1. 6-4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 10-8. I didn't plan for that. Oh, 18-20. Bummer. Phew. All right, so we bet we had 3,800 on the table there to rescue 1150. So I don't think that's a terrible deal. I really don't. I mean, I get stick from people sometimes saying, "Oh, it's too much." These people just don't seem to understand. If you don't bet this way, or somewhere or some way very much like this, you are going to be screwed. You're going to lose your money. It's that simple. So get with the program, people. Oops. Clear that. Minimum. And if the table won't let you play that minimum, then go to a table that will. Like I keep saying, don't let the casino control your bet values. That is the job of the strategy, or strategery, as a famous president used to call it. Leave that alone. Okay, we just about squeaked a little weeny bit there. +1. +1. I guess I've got to repeat that one, yeah. All right, minimum. Double for the tie. 51 second. Double for the tie. Thank you. Minimum. Double. No, +1. That's it. Another +1. 1, 2. It's my new tough guy thing. All right. That was double for the loss, and this is 1, 2, third. Well done, player. When you look at these mounting in every one of these shoes, yeah, once in a while I get into terrible trouble, but I get out of it, But these are the numbers over here that matter. What have we got? 22 wins, 23 losses, and yet we're 1,900 ahead. I think that's significant. I think it's also indicative of something or other. You decide. Double for the loss. 1, 2, third. Thank you. But I think the only people who are getting on at me now and sort of saying this is just not practical, it's not sensible, it's too this, it's too that, I think they're all working for casinos. I tell you, it's just, I'm not paranoid, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but it's just, the math is against them. So what are they doing? Okay, so that's as high as I go. You can go as high as you like. That's my plus max. Now I'm going to chase that. Now I'm happy to go back to the min. Double for the tie. Double 50 here. 51 second. Repeat. Back to the min. +1. 51. Repeat. Oh, there we are. Okay, so what was the story? 34 wins in the end and 27 losses, so that was good. Players had 39 to 27, so, you know, it's a soft shoe. Not a sock, but a slipper at least. So, you know, not awful. Save it. Let's go check it out. Yeah, that was a nice one. 34 into 6,000 and 27 into 3,300. Well, that, you know, that's quite obvious that we achieved our objective, which is to win more when we won than we lost when we lost. I mean, that's absolutely guaranteed. So on we go to the next one. I don't remember the rollover. I've just completely forgotten it, so sorry about that. Second shoe. I haven't had anybody telling me I'm cheating lately. That's good. I'll just go back to minimum. I don't remember what the story was. I should write these things down, but I don't. Double for the tie. Oh dear. 3-4. 3-4. 3-4. Third. Oh dear. 7-4. Hop. 7-4 it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7-4. 3-5. Second on the bank. 8-10. Well, I'm not doing anything with that. All that. Okay, so 8-10. 8-10. So that's 2-2. Should I make it 2-2.5? Maybe. That didn't work, did it? So 4.5, 2.5. You know what's going to happen? I'm going to hop, and the banker's going to win 6 in a row. 4.5, 2.5. Hopping. B1. All right. 4.5, 2.5 it is. 7-5. Don't like this. We're getting thrashed, aren't we? 7-5. It happens. 12. 10. That's what I've got to do. Oops. Well, I'll call it 12-11. It's going to be 12-13 now, hasn't it, for the tie? Come on, player. Need your help here. Okay. 25-13 going back to the bank. Don't like this one. I think maybe I'll run away from it. Look at it. It's 2-9. So 12-13. 25-13. So 25-15. And I'm going to run away from this one. And we're going to wait for a bank win on the next one. So we need a banker win to kick us off. There we go. All right, so now we're on 10, 10, 11, I think, should be good enough. 21, 22. They're really working us this time, isn't it? It's a little bad run here. 21, 22. I think I'd better make it 21, 23. And we're out, and we covered the commission. It's not a great session balance now when you think of the amount that we put out there. Shoe balance is great, but hello? Do you have something to say? Okay. She was just testing me to make sure I was awake. Anyway, I'm going to go back to the min now. That was a relief. Lots of money out there, but you know, it's what happens. This is why I keep saying big bankroll, also big balls, also sobriety, also confidence, also, well, various other elements that are very important. And we won't know if it was a good thing for me to switch until we look at the ghost rounds from the other shoe. Because the way this works is that all these shoes are, they pre-exist and they're in the database for this platform, but they're not accessible until you actually play them. And obviously, they throw them up at random. They get stamped with a number as soon as you call them up. But you don't get repeat shoes, but you are playing a shoe which pre-exists, and therefore, if you only play 2 or 3 rounds and then abandon it, so long as you've saved it, then you will see what would have happened if you'd stayed. And that I find very helpful indeed. I think that's terrific. But there's a lot about this platform that I find really good. And as I so often say, I have no connection with it, no financial interest in it, no knowledge of who designed all this stuff. One thing I do know is I said to him, please, please, please do this for blackjack. Produce something as brilliant as this for blackjack. And they just go, nah. But then, they're somewhere, I don't know, maybe, I mean, their money is in Antigua. The money goes to Antigua, but I think that they're in Singapore or somewhere like that. That's my guess. Because I think the shoes come from they're supplied by one of the Singapore casinos, so it would make sense. I'd love to play baccarat in Singapore, and I never thought I'd ever say I would love to play baccarat anywhere, but I feel differently now than I used to. That I think is 3, 2, 3, 5, 7. Okay, 13, 7, hopping. And it's B1, B2, God damn it. B3. All right, so 13. Did I say 13, 7? Ouch. 2015, 1, 2, 3. So 5. I don't want to be greedy. 5, 6, I guess we'll do. All right, back to the men. Double for the tie. 51 second. 2, 3 third. There we go. Yeah, the rhythm of these games is really quite interesting because it's the same, it's driven, I guess, by the size of the house edge. So it looks very different in roulette, where the house edge is for single zero roulette at least is 2.6. For double zero roulette, it's whatever it is, 5.26, I think. So don't go near that. Roulette anyway is not worth playing for really big money. But I've got plenty of models that show how roulette can be beaten. But I don't function in the same way as casino matchmaker, who keeps throwing up these things and saying, they have a 98.7% win rate and a 99.3% win rate and blah, 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 But they're all random betting strategies. The bet value has no relation to the depth of the hole that you're in, and that means that they've got absolutely no chance in the long run. So, excuse me. Touch of the anticipation. Patient. Never mind. Where am I? Who am I? What is it? 1, 2. That's 1, 2. Oh, I don't have to stay that way. That's a turnaround bet. All right, that's good. Double for the tie. Sorry. Yes, double for the tie. +1 now. And that's 1, 2 again.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
I didn't ask you to help me with anything, you silly girl. I think we must be on 3, 4, third now, aren't we? 7, 4. Oh, there we go. P1, P2, P3, P4. What did I say it was now? Now I've forgotten. So that was 7, 4. Okay. All right. So we'll do 4 over here. 11, 8. Okay. Now 3, 5. 8, 10. 18, 20. About bloody time, mister. Minimum. Double for the loss. Repeat. Minimum. Double for the loss. 1, 2. Oops, that didn't work. Okay, 1, 2.5. 3.5, 2.5. So let's call it 4, 3 and hopping. 4, 3 it is. 7, 6. 1, 2. All right, play ya. Thank you very much. Double for the loss. 1, 2, third. All right, try it again. Squeaked it. I'll take squeaks anytime. Double for the loss. Repeat. 51 second. Repeat. Minimum. Double for the loss. 51. Repeat. Minimum. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, third. Well done, player. Double for the loss. Repeat. That's good. Minimum. Okay, so 2 shoe total, 4,881. We had a lot of money out that time, but that's the whole point of the bankroll, the big, fat, tough, hard, deadly bankroll. And you get people that talk all the time about protecting the bankroll, and that's absolute BS. If you have a bankroll, excuse me, that needs to be protected, then it isn't big enough. It is a single weapon. It's not a sort of bag of rocks where you throw them at the nasty one at a time. Like you're David and Goliath and so on, and you just keep throwing little rocks. I mean, no, that's a very bad analogy because David basically just had a good shot right in his eye, didn't he? But I think you get my drift. I mean, you don't throw it piecemeal because then it'll just erode and eventually you'll have an empty bag of rocks. I mean, it won't be a bag of rocks anymore. It'll be a bag with no rocks. So, you got your bag of rocks and you got to have them there ready to put them over your shoulder and whack the enemy when it's necessary. It's just a matter of having, it's not the nuclear option exactly, but, it's sort of in that general direction. Anyway, let's have a look and see what we got here. Uh-oh, I didn't save that bugger, did I? Oops. Go back. Sometimes I just talk too much, You may have noticed. All right. Here we go. All right. So we lost, Saturday. The first one was good. We did that already, didn't we? We looked at that. Next one, extremely nasty. Yeah, we'd have come out of this. The way that this is structured, and it's pretty much typical, because we're hopping. We would have come out of this without a doubt. 2 at 405, 9 at 25,000. So definitely not mission accomplished that time. And then we have a look at this next one, and it's going to be somewhat better, I think. 27 into 44,000 and 28 into 18,000. I mean, hey, you got it right there. Mission accomplished. Job done. So, quick look at the front page. Yeah, I don't feel bad about giving Baccarat Win Pro a lift, a shout out every so often, because it really has made life much easier for me, and it's made teaching this strategy, getting the word out, much easier. The Wizards blackjack sim was great, but now, of course, the turbo is lost, and so it's made it very tedious. And I could speed up those things, but I don't know. There must be a better, faster sim somewhere. But if the Wizard had just listened to me and put the turbo back in, that would be fine by me. Anyway, see you next time. Another victory. Yippee.